I woke up this morning to a really cool surprise. I'm located in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I got an email from Tesla saying that I have the full self-driving supervised free trial for 1 month. So I'm going to try it out for the first time. I'm a real estate photographer, and so I actually drive a lot in the city of Halifax and surrounding areas. So I'll be testing this quite a bit this month, and I'll be posting videos, so let's see how it goes. So for the first drive, I'm just going to go to the gym, which is in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and it'll take me out of Eastern Passage and then through downtown Dartmouth, and we'll see how it does. All right, let's go. Here we go. So I just pulled out of from being parked, and we'll see how it does. So there was a car coming on the left, and it started creeping a little bit as it was approaching, so that was very natural movement. It's accelerating a little quickly, and it's kind of hugging the middle line a little bit. It's the first time I've seen the visualizations, which is actually really cool. I'm just gonna expand that out. You can see the pedestrians that you just saw. It's following the car nice, and a lot of distance there. I do use autopilot all the time, but of course it's nothing like full self-driving. It kind of slowed down a little bit there for some reason, I don't know why. And on this road, whenever I use autopilot, there's a curve up ahead, which I'll point out, where it always gets confused and kind of does a hard, it makes the curve in a hard way, and I always take over there for some reason. I don't know why it does that. Slowing down on this curve a little bit. I probably wouldn't slow down that much, but it's right here, right on this curve. It always gets messed up, so we'll see how full self-driving does. No problem at all. On autopilot, it would have like almost tried to turn into the curve, but here it did it nice and naturally, no problem at all. To a left-hand turn. It's a pretty easy turn, but again, I've never seen the car do these things on by itself, and kind of crept up slowly there. And so yeah, like I said, I've never used FSD before. And so I think I'm lucky using version 12 for the first, as my first experience with FSD. From what I've seen and heard, it's great, but we'll see. So this is the first time I will see my car, make a left-hand turn by itself. So here we go. Kind of went over the line a little bit there, the yellow line, but so far so good. Again, it was hugging the curve a little bit there. So I'm in Canada. The speed limit is 50 kilometers here, so it's going at 61. It's changing to 60 kilometers per hour, so it's speeding up to 70 kilometers per hour. 71, so that's good. So this next little this next section is actually just straight for like 7 kilometers, so I'll probably just speed this up, show something more interesting once we get downtown Dartmouth, which is not a busy downtown, it's a small downtown. The road here turns into a double lane right over here, so we'll see how the car kind of behaves there, if it stays on the left lane or moves over to the right. So far it's just staying on the left passing lane. There's a car behind me because this lane should be going a little bit faster. The car's going a little bit slow for me, and it's sort of I think I'm going to initiate a lane change here, see what it does. Very nice. It's pretty smooth, but it does speed up and slow down kind of randomly. Not a lot, but I would like it to be a bit more natural. Just have a constant speed. So here's a yellow light, but it went right through, no problem. Didn't get confused or try to stop aggressively or anything. So this all seems pretty easy for FSD so far. Pretty much just going straight. Got this van that's kind of creeping over to my lane without signaling. FSD handled that no problem. I was making a turn. Taxi's not paying attention too well there. I like how it accelerated as the that van was still turning, but it accelerated anyway. It didn't just stop like it would with on just regular autopilot, so it was very natural behavior there. So it's braking here where it shouldn't be braking. That was a crosswalk, and for some reason it almost came to a full stop. This lane that I'm in is going to end. It's a right turning lane. So let's see if it. Yeah, these crosswalks are confusing it. Let's see if it makes a lane change here, which it should have already made the lane change, but it didn't. It just kind of went straight. So that is an illegal move. It shouldn't have done that. It should have moved over to the left lane first and then cross the light. Here in Halifax, we do have a lot of those crosswalks, and people use them. You know, they don't even try to look. They just get on the crosswalk and start crossing the road. And so, as a driver, you have to be pretty attentive to that. It's a little strange how it's behaving right now. Here comes another crosswalk. Let's see if it tries to stop. Again, it really slowed down in the last two. Yeah. Look, it's basically doesn't know what to do. So that needs to be addressed right there. I had to give it that acceleration there. I don't know if there's a way to report that. I don't really know. I don't see anything on the screen here, but there should be a way to report that. I'm going to come across those all the time here in Nova Scotia. Here's some cars parked on the right, and it's avoiding them very nicely. On the visualization, it sees, here's another crosswalk. It sees the crosswalk as a light, and it just doesn't know what to do. Now this one just kept going. This one didn't confuse it for some reason. It's also going a little bit slowly here. It's going right at the speed limit. You know, really it should be going a little bit faster. I would have annoyed drivers behind me, but here it needs to be on the right lane, and it is making its way over. That's good. Didn't signal or anything. I guess it was still only one lane, so that's why it handled this that intersection really nicely. Needs to make a right-hand turn here, and it's going to make a left-hand turn up ahead, which is a little bit tricky. See how it does. Coming to the stop sign here. Stop right at the stop sign. you know, not supernaturally there. It's creeping. There's absolutely nobody coming. So I would have already gone, but it's playing it safe. That's okay. It's a little bit cautious in its speed. So this left-hand turn is a little bit, can be a little bit complicated if it's a lot of traffic. But right now, it's not too busy. It's creeping up to get some visibility, I guess. Lots of cars coming from the left-hand side, and there's a few now coming from the right. So let's see how it handles this. There's nobody behind me, which is good. Got a truck here turning. It's creeping up very slowly. There's a car here on my left that's turning. I would have gone. Yeah, I would have already gone there. I had a good window of opportunity, but it played it safe. Now this car is turning, and after this there's no cars at all, and it's creeping already and making the turn, so that's good. I definitely would have already gone. Here it wants to go right. It needs to get into this turning lane. It's a stoplight, but it can make a right-hand turn, but it hasn't made it. Oh, there we go. Again, I would have already gone. It's definitely doing the work, but a little cautiously. I find it slows down kind of with a little bit too much leeway. And here I'm going to give it a little bit of acceleration because it should have already gone. And that car, I could tell, was probably going to go if I didn't go right away. So again, it's a little too cautious for me. Here's a curve that, oh, there you go, it avoided it. It's a little too cautious for me. I have it set on average. I wonder how assertive would handle this. Maybe I'll do that on the way back. So we're just a minute away from the gym. I'll see how if it goes into the parking lot. I'll see if it can park. I don't know if it can or not, but we'll see. And by the way, it didn't quite take the route going like downtown Dartmouth, which I'll do on the way back. It kind of went the back way. So here it needs to decide how to get in here. It is signaling, and it is yeah, there we go. It's actually pretty impressive how it found the right parking lot, because there's like also right beside it there's a bus terminal, and even for a human driver it can be kind of confusing to know which parking lot entrance to go into. So now it wants to go left here for some reason on this parking lot, and we'll see what it does. I don't know. Oh, I got confused there. Wasn't sure what to do. It righted itself. So I'm in the parking lot, but I don't know what it's trying to do. It's totally confused here. But I haven't taken over. It should be driving on the right side here, but it's not. I don't know if it wants to park or not. I don't know. This car here in front of me probably wants to park. My car doesn't know what to do. So it arrived, but it's not going to park. I thought there was a parking feature, but I guess not. And it says auto navigation complete, so now it's done. So I'm just going to take over now. That was really fun. I wasn't nervous at all. It felt very comfortable, actually. It's just like I said, a little cautious. So I'm going to drive back, heading, but using the, going through downtown. And I'm going to set it to assertive and see how that works.